Okay, Asterisk War, you threw me for a loop with your opening scene, which of course could have greater consequences down the line, because when I looked at this and what I had heard, this would be like a harem slash fan service anime. Uh, so I didn't expect that much of it. Uh, so when I see like a very serious scene with Haruka, or main character's sister, fighting against the masked character in a very, what I would say, very serious duel and with good animation, and then ending up with her, what I presume, from the amount of blood that she loses, dying. Uh, I was kind of like, what? Is this a harem anime? No way. That cannot be a harem anime. So yeah, I was like, what? Then we are getting a explanation of what has happened to cause people to get at that basically some changes in, I think it was called iridium, has caused people's morals to change, and I'm not sure what that means. If it's like, okay, it's more acceptable to kill because it's not like change that it's more acceptable to be naked in public, because Julius, a girl we see later on this episode, proves us that that isn't the case. And also, it has caused people to get superpowers. Plus, those, I presume those superpowers is what has caused the change in power. So nations that was previous, like I think it is like French example, that has some power. They are not as powerful as small countries like, I think it's called Latveria. I know that is a country, and I can not recall what it is exactly, but yeah, example that is more powerful now than French. So yeah, and those superpowers, they come in good good use, or let's say like this, we actually see them being used here in the first episode, because our MC Ayato, he grabs a very important handkerchief to Julius and delivers it back to her, but in the harem style, and I can see it here. He delivers it to her, but sadly, she was in the middle of changing, which causes her to, get a little bit embarrassed over being seen in her underwear. So yeah, I like her actually, because when he gives it back, she's really grateful to him, but then she says, "Prepare to die," and man, that explosion that she does with that attack, that must have blown her room. That must have blown her room, or at least blown something up, because that is insane. That is a very powerful blast. That is like, I don't know. It's more powerful than a grenade, at least. But then again, a grenade, it isn't really like the explosion that kills you. It's actually the shrapnels in the grenade that kills you. But then again, there's two types of grenades. There's the grenade, and then there's the hand grenade. Oh, is they the same? Oh man, it's so long since I studied that, but it's not the important thing. The important thing is that, yeah, that Ayatohi managed to dodge that attack, and he is then getting challenged by Julius, and they fight, and he is shown to be something like, there's something with him. He's not the normal student, because he managed to parry or avoid an attack that dodge attack that would normally cause a normal opponent to be left in cinders, and also survive a huge explosion with another, by basically neutralizing it with an attack. And he also sees, like an attack coming that could have hit Julius. But it's also very interesting, because yeah, that leads to another scene with Julius. Oh man, Ayato, he doesn't really get a chance to, shall we say, get on a good side with Julius in this episode, I must say. But Claudia, that is introduced, she's pretty interesting because she's like, oh man, I really like her because she's like telling him that she's scheming and like, even though her personality outwards is sweet, she is only coating her dark words with honey because she's pitch black, and then she says, do you want to see? And then she basically pulls up so you can kind of look down to her. Yeah. So yeah, and he's just like, and he is getting embarrassed like the standard main character. But oh man, I like Claudia. She's really interesting because she's like scheming, but still she is a bit of a troll. I must say she's really interesting. Julius, the girl, she, as I said, the handkerchief she got, that was very important to her, and we see that actually in later on this episode because guy Lester, he challenged her to a duel, and when she doesn't want to duel him, he's like knocking the handkerchief off her hand, and she's like getting really pissed. She's like, I'm gonna tell you a new asshole. Pissed, man. I really don't want to get on her bad side. I must admit that. And yeah, that's also why I used that as thumbnail, because before that scene, I actually considered using either the Haruka or the pitch black picture, but nah, not gonna do that. So yeah, and also yeah, we meet Hibiki's, and what I was saying, Hibiki. Why did I say that? Ayato's roommate Yubiki here, who is also in the newspaper, uh, shall we say, club, or I presume that's what he is. And he has like information on everybody. I wonder if that's like, does everybody has information, or is like he just like a very informed person? And will that just be his role, like to inform about? Oh, this is the person. He has like, here is like information about this person. Read it yourself. But yeah, I'm a bit split because on one side this is again a harem, so and it doesn't really bring anything new actually. Julius, she reminds me of Claire, as I recall her name, from Blade uh, Blade Dancer of Elemental. Uh, the one with the Fire Kitty and where there is a sword that turns into a lolly. Best girl, by the way, Esther. Best girl. Yeah. So yeah, it really doesn't bring anything new, but the opening scene makes me interested enough to continue watching. But I'm, I really don't know if I feel like reviewing it like continuously because there isn't really nothing new for people who has seen like a lot of harem like me. So yeah, this may actually be one of the first series that I like. Okay, I may do one or two. Yeah, what's it called? I do the otaku rule with 3 episodes. If it's not good, or if there isn't like a character I just need to watch it for, then I may drop it. And that is actually something new because there's very few animes. I remember one that I hated the first episode. I hated it so much that I basically recommend anybody to avoid it. It was so horrible. It was so horrible. But then the next episode was good, and I ended up watching the entire of it. So yeah, but yeah, that's basically all I can say about Asterisk Wars. actually not find like to be positive about it for once. There's nothing I can be positive about, but yeah. Before I start to do a lot of I think I'm gonna stop this review and wish you all a good day, a good night, wherever you are, and see you guys later. Cheers.